My name is Mr. Jones. Very good to see you today. Please make yourself nice and comfortable. Okay, now then, today you are in for a little bit of a treat, a special test. We're going to be doing an EQ test, not an IQ test, but an EQ test. That stands for Emotional Quotient, also known as Emotional Intelligence, I believe. And now, this test, I'm going to read a little description for you to make sure that it's accurate. Okay, the Emotional Quotient EQ test is a measure of an individual's ability to recognize the emotions of themselves and others, and factor that information into their behavior and their speech around others as well. Okay, now this global EQ test, I believe that's the official title of the test, the global EQ test. It measures all 15 facets of EQ and uses a personality-based approach to EQ, which overlaps with several elements of the scientifically validated Big Five system of personality. Okay, so doesn't that sound absolutely wonderful? That sounds absolutely wonderful in my opinion. Okay, now let's get on to the actual test part, shall we? Today, what I'm going to be doing is I have a little clipboard right here, and I'm going to be getting my little pen, of course. Get my little pen. Very good. Very good indeed. Okay, and I'm going to ask you, I believe it's, how many? 60 questions. They're more like statements, really. I'm going to read a statement, and what I would like you to do is I would like you to tell me if you agree or disagree with the statement. Does it apply to you? Okay, so now then, why don't we just jump right into it? Are you ready? Yes, very good, I'm ready. So let's begin, shall we? Statement number 1. I have a positive outlook for my future. So do you agree or disagree with that statement? Very good, okay. Next statement. I sometimes have emotional outbursts that I find hard to control. Agree or disagree? Okay, very good. Next, I have a good understanding of my personal feelings. Okay. I frequently become insecure after I have socialized easy time instilling enthusiasm in other people. Okay. I think things through before acting. Okay. I am happy with my personality, intelligence, and looks. I easily lose motivation to work if there are no clear rewards in sight. Even when something personally annoys me, I often stop and consider the emotional situation of others before reacting to something that they did. I have a positive view of myself with few instances of self-blame throughout the day. I often back off from conflict even when I know I'm right. I conceal my emotions from others. I easily adapt to new conditions. I believe there is one correct way of handling most problems. I easily pick up on the emotional signals of others. I work well as part of a team. I rarely act on the spur of the moment. Even in stressful situations, I rarely lose track of my sense of direction. I find it easy to regulate my own emotions. I am better than most at remaining calm in challenging situations. I often make decisions based on gut instinct. express my feelings openly and honestly. I have difficulty with relationship building. I am generally comfortable in most social situations. I lack confidence in my own judgment and decisions. I easily communicate my feelings to others with little shyness or shame. It is easy for me to ask for what I want. I spend a lot of time dwelling on bad things that have happened to me. I readily express my emotions through facial expressions, gestures, and words. I have a good connection with my emotional life. I tend to experience strong cravings that are difficult for me to resist. I sometimes have mood swings that I find hard to control. I am generally cheerful and content. I am good at mirroring the feelings of others. I sometimes find it difficult to stand up for my rights. I refrain from producing subpar work just because I am bored or want to complete something quickly. I am satisfied with the current state of my life overall. I regard most of my personal relationships as satisfying and fulfilling. I tend to cope well with stressors and pressure. Deep relationships often end up disappointing me somehow. I am not one to give up in the face of adversity. I welcome unexpected experiences. I am happy with the person I am. I find it easy to empathize with someone else's perspective. I get anxious when I think about my future. I can adapt my behavior to fit different situations and social settings. People see me as a glass half full type of person. There we go. I do believe that was all 60 questions that I had for you today. Very good. Thank you so much for your attention throughout that. Thank you for giving me nice concise answers, agree or disagree. Very helpful for me, okay, to assess this. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take your results away. I'm going to have a little bit of a look at them, have a little bit of an assess of the answers that you gave me, and then I'll give you a score, an EQ score, sort of like an IQ score, but obviously this today we're talking about your emotional intelligence, your emotional abilities, okay, and we can discuss the implications of your score, perhaps how you can improve in certain areas of life. Maybe you can use certain coping mechanisms to get through life a little bit easier. We all struggle in certain areas of life, don't we? But yes, let's all just try and help each other get through it as best we can, shall we? Why not, after all? Okay, so I will talk to you again in the future, maybe in a week or two, whenever is good for you, whatever time is good for you. We can set up that appointment and we can have a little bit of a discussion about your results here today. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed your time here today. Quite interesting, I think, a little bit introspective, these little tests, aren't they? Introspective, yes, very good. Okay, so thank you once again for coming, and I'll see you again in the future. Okay, take care, and goodbye. Goodbye. Hello there, my name is Mr. Jones. Very good to see you today. Please do make yourself nice and comfortable. Now then, today we have got a special personality test that we're going to do together, and I'm going to ask you 105 questions, or they're more like statements really. I'm going to read out a statement to you, and you're going to think whether or not it applies to you personally, and if it does, then you will tell me agree, and if it doesn't, then you will tell me disagree, and I will write down every answer that you give me on my little clipboard here, okay? So let me just get my pen ready. Just use this pen today, very good, yes. And I think if you're ready, we'll just jump right into it, since there are quite a few statements, questions to get through. Okay, so now then, question number 1 for you, or statement. All my life, I have had to be on guard to prevent others from double-crossing me. Does that apply to you, or doesn't it? Agree or disagree? Okay, next. I sometimes get confused or feel sad when people are nice to me. Okay, next. I can disappear into my own thoughts even while things are taking place right under my nose. somehow. Okay. I take care to spend my money wisely so that I can handle any unforeseen situation in the future. Okay. Next. Oh, this is a bit of a dark question, okay? I don't even know if I can ask this question, actually, considering the platform that we're on. Maybe we skip this question. Okay, sorry about that interruption. Next. Others sometimes refer to me as egotistical and self-serving. Okay, next question. When I start feeling down, it's as if I keep sinking until I've hit rock bottom. I often forget my own perspective because I am afraid that others will reject me if I speak my mind. People often accuse me of things I haven't done. If a good thing comes my way, I don't feel happy about it. I don't feel like I deserve to be happy. I don't have a lot of faith in my own judgment. Others are usually better at making decisions than I am. I am uncomfortable around strangers and sometimes fantasize that they will hurt me. I sometimes feel like I have no inner core, like I am hollow and empty inside. Dishonest people often try to take credit for work that I have done. I sometimes find myself in a really combative mode where I put people down and attack them without really knowing why. When people argue strongly for something, I often find myself agreeing with them, even though I thought I had made up my mind. It has sometimes been necessary for me to be harsh with people in order to keep them in their place. People think I say strange things. In my mind, I think they also talk about my looks behind my back, picking out every deformity and imperfection. I often think that interactions with other people are just more trouble than they're worth. I feel that most people dislike me. People often underestimate or ignore me. There seems to be no fairness in who makes it to the top. I put considerable effort into presenting myself in a way that will make people admire me. I am less interested in romance and dating than most people I know. People have never sufficiently recognized my contributions. My ideas are ahead of their time. Following trusted rules is a good way to approach a task. I think it's better for people if they get a tough love sort of upbringing. I can't stand pompous and affected people who think they're better than me. I am afraid of separation, and I have it in me to act desperately and dramatically to prevent someone I love from leaving me. I sometimes feel that I have no choice but to remain close to people that I know will hurt me. I'm almost never happy, and I can't really think of anything that would make me happy. I plan more activities and projects than it is humanly possible to execute. I seem to have so much energy that it can sometimes be exhausting or annoying to other people around me. My thoughts jump from topic to topic with little consistency or control. I am often told that I am a very correct and respected person. I often get angry with people who annoy me, and then I feel guilty afterwards. I finish my work and chores before tending to hobbies and fun. My emotions towards those closest to me alternate between love and hate. People often resent the way I boss them around. I don't feel that things are under control unless I am in charge. I'm pretty good at getting attention from the opposite sex, and I like that. I feel better about making big decisions if I get others to suggest a course of action and then follow that. My thoughts have a tendency to run in certain strange loops and dwell on weird themes, and I wish I could get rid of this. feel like I don't deserve them. Most people see me as serious and reserved. The thought of having no one in my corner to look out for me makes me seriously afraid. Even when things are going fine for me, I am anxious that it won't last. Sometimes people smile at me in the street and I don't really know why. Lying to and misleading people isn't as bad as it's made out to be. We all do it from time to time. When someone pressures me into doing something, I get angry and I grow even more contrary. When someone thinks they can deter me from doing what I wish by using threats and punishment, it only strengthens my resolve. I talk more and think faster than others. When I am alone, I nevertheless sometimes feel that there is something or someone watching me. I am a unique individual who deserves special treatment. My mood swings wildly from day to day or even from morning to evening. I am quick to blame myself when things go badly. easy for me to make new friends. I can talk to all manner of people, and it's so easy for me to fill up my life with friends. Although I am afraid of getting close to others, I wish I had more friends than I do. I do what I want without worrying about how it will affect others. When I am driving, I want to drive faster and put the pedal to the metal. Even if I don't do it, I am aware I have an urge to do it. When I am with other people, I am almost always tense and afraid to be myself. I am good at coming up with loyally excuses for myself when I've done something wrong. I know that others talk about me when they see me. They think I'm strange. I often have feelings of guilt, seemingly for no reason at all. When I am with other people, I am constantly anticipating criticism and attacks from others. I am superior to others and don't really care what they think. I am often dissatisfied and grumpy. Others are envious of my abilities. I always make sure that my work is well planned and well structured. I am afraid of closeness with others because I know it can end with them ridiculing me in front of other people. I do not let down my guard around others until I know that they like me. I respond quickly and with lively emotions in a social setting. I am anxious and inhibited. Ever since I was a child, I have had dark and brooding thoughts. I wear more colourful and more extravagant clothing and or makeup than others. I often placate people. I'm not sure how to say that word. I often placate people even when I don't like someone. It's like I have to please them. When things get too boring, I feel compelled to start adding a little colour to the situation in order to get the party started. most people who have made it to the top have lied or cheated to get there. I subordinate myself to others to avoid trouble. I've been sad most of my life. I often get into situations with other people where they end up hurting or disappointing me. I am alone most of the time, and that isn't a problem for me. I am often revising my assessments of whom I can and cannot trust. I don't really have a need for close relationships. I don't really have any close friends. Whenever something good happens to me, I seem to ruin it of my own accord. I regard myself as sociable and good with people, and I often end up taking center stage in social interaction. I am quick to act on a whim, thinking little about the negative consequences of my actions. I make more jokes and puns than others when I'm talking. It seems to come all by itself without me thinking about it. When I feel despondent, I get an urge to destroy the things around me. Okay, that's actually all the questions that I have for you today. There were supposed to be 105. I believe I skipped 2 of them. Okay, the 2 questions, they were a little bit too dark in my opinion. Okay, it's okay to explore dark themes and ideas, but for today's session I didn't want to get too into dark matters or things like that, you know, even though some of the questions I asked were a little bit explorative of those themes. Okay, regardless of all that, I hope you found today's personality test relaxing and interesting and thought-provoking at the very least. I think it was quite introspective, this one, a little bit different from usual. I'm going to go away now and I'm going to look at all the answers that you gave me. I'm going to assess them, and then I'll come back to you maybe next week or whenever we see each other next, and we'll discuss the results. Okay, we'll discuss what your personality is like and how that matters in terms of things like your career, your relationships, other aspects of your life, anything, any questions that you may have. Perhaps make a little note of them, a mental note, and bring them with you to our next session, and then you can ask me and we can go through them together. Okay, so thank you so much for your patience today. I know it was a little bit loud today, wasn't it? There was a lot of traffic outside the office today, a lot of traffic. I'm not sure why. What is everybody doing with their lives, their busy little lives? I don't know. Oh well. Thank you for coming, and perhaps I'll see you again in the future. Take care, and good night. Good night. similar but not identical to the MBTI test. That stands for the Myers-Briggs type indicator test. And at the end of this, I will assess your answers that you give me. I'm going to go away, look at the answers you give me, and then I'll come back to you and give you your results. You'll get a little 4-letter code, and that will stand for various different things like introversion, extroversion, judgment feeling, things like that. We will go over the meaning of your code once we've got it, okay? And we'll talk about the implications of your code and your special personality type. But we'll do that after we do the test, of course. Okay, so this test, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you a series of statements. There will be 2 different statements, and I want you to choose which of those 2 statements applies to you personally the most. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. We're going to do the first one now. We'll do this one a little bit slower than the rest, just to make sure that you know we understand what's going on. Okay, so the first statement for you. When faced with a challenge, I prefer to think the problem through, using my knowledge and experience to come up with a solution that I know will work. The approach doesn't have to be glamorous as long as it gets the job done. Now, does that sound like you, or does this sound like you? When faced with a challenge, I tend to end up exploring and imagining new possibilities that I have not pondered before, and the excitement can sometimes lead me away from the original problem. Which of those 2 statements sounds more like you, the first statement or the second? Okay, very good, excellent. Okay, so that's how it's going to work. That was the first statement. We're going to continue now along these lines. Obviously, the statement might not apply perfectly to you, but I just want you to choose the one that you think more applies to you. Okay, so continuing on with number 2. In resolving conflicts, which approach do you find you more often take? A principled approach based upon justice and logic, or a kind-hearted approach based on personal understanding and good faith? Which of those 2? Okay, very good, very good. Okay, next. When meeting new people, I easily think of things to say that get the conversation flowing. Or, when meeting new people, I like to size them up before I initiate conversation. Which of those 2? Okay, very good. Next. In school, which kind of teacher frustrated you more? Vague and unclear teachers who expected students to magically infer what they expected them to do and what the criteria for success was, or teachers who did not allow their students to push against the boundaries of the tasks that they were assigned by bringing knowledge from other fields to bear on the subject, for example. Okay, very good, very good. Let's go to the next one. When a new situation arises, I prefer to withdraw and think things through until I am certain I understand it. Or, when a new situation arises, I prefer to engage the situation and to share my thoughts about it with other people. Which one of those 2? Okay, very good. Which statement describes you better? I am a realist endowed with common sense. Or, I am imaginative and prone to coming up with bold guesses. awkwardness of a group setting, I tend to seek out one-to-one conversation and often end up in one, even within a group. Okay, very good. Good choice, very good. Next, which is closer to your usual way of approaching a task? I tend to size up the demands of the task and identify which parts of the job are crucial and which are non-essential, and I then work around the non-essential parts in order to get things done quicker. Or, when I'm working on something, I prefer the results are solid. That means that I may overdo some of the non-essential parts of the work, but I tend to find that cutting corners is just more work in the long run. Which of those two statements? Okay, very good. Very good. Well done. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I often feel the urge to roll my eyes when others don't have their act together, or when others are inflexible and lack spontaneity. Which one of those two? Okay, very good. Which statement do you agree with the most? Feelings are irrational and have no place in truth seeking, or logical analysis is a valuable tool, but some people seem sadly oblivious to its limitations. Okay, very good. Next, which of these two statements is closer to your natural state of mind? Planning ahead can often be stifling because you never know when an unexpected opportunity might present itself. While I may shift from pursuit to pursuit because of this mindset, I only truly feel at ease when I have the freedom to call my own shots. Or, planning ahead is necessary for me to feel relaxed and prepared for what I want to do. While I might miss some opportunities that fly by my nose because of this mindset, I only truly feel at ease when I know that I can be allowed to structure and plan my pursuits. Which one of those is more applicable to you? Okay, very good, very good. Now, whose genius would you rather have? Shakespeare or Einstein? as wishy-washy and ineffective, or bossy and inflexible? Okay, very good. Which is more true of you? I communicate directly and at face value, and I prefer not to assume something that wasn't said. Or I can't help but read between the lines and feel, rightly or wrongly, that I know where people are going and what their motives are. Okay, very good. Next. When cooking a new dish, do you prefer to closely follow a recipe or make it up as you go along? Okay, very good. Now, which more often happens to you? Someone asks me a question and doesn't give me enough time to think of an answer before they resume talking. Or I ask someone a question and I get impatient when they don't answer right away. Okay, very good. Next, I am a person who keeps their heart warm or keeps their head cold. Heart warm or head cold. Okay, good. In what kind of workplace do you thrive? A fast-paced environment where I don't get bored, or an unhurried environment where I can concentrate? Okay, very good. If someone wants to convince you of something, they should show me the logic, pointing out how their position is more rational than competing positions. Or they should show me how their position connects with my values and how it affects the people involved. Okay, good choice. Let's see that. When looking ahead to something in the future, you feel better if you have settled on a viable course of action, or if you get to keep your options open. I see. Okay, very good. Which of these is more true of you? I make explicit and detailed agreements about who will do what when, and I expect people to stick to them. Or I prefer to let developments arise and then react spontaneously, and I expect others to be equally adaptable. Which of those two statements? Very good, okay. Right then. I am more concerned with envisioning possibilities, those exciting maybes which may or may not be real, or I am more concerned with minding the facts, familiarizing myself with that which is and mastering it. Okay, very good. Next, I enjoy a social gathering more if I find myself engaged in intellectually stimulating conversation with someone who gets what I'm saying, or when we are letting loose and having fun, maybe dancing, telling funny stories, or playing a game. Okay, very good. Now, which is more true of you? I prize structure over spontaneity, and I like to have a plan to fall back on in case something unexpected happens. examining something, I tend to want to understand how and why one thing is connected to the next. Okay, very good. At the end of the day, you feel that rational arguments should trump personal values, or rational arguments may be a valuable guide, but they cannot really trump personal values. Okay, very good. Good choice. Which is more true of you? I don't pay attention to stupid things like insurance and tax returns, even though I probably should. Or I make the necessary sacrifices to make sure that the boring but mandatory stuff in life is in order. Very good. Okay. Now then, what goes through your mind when you hear other people brainstorming new ideas? I first and foremost am stimulated by whatever originality they may bring to the table, and I feel inspired to contribute an idea of my own. Sometimes I forget to take important facts into account until someone else brings them up. Or I first and foremost want to address the obvious practical problems associated with each idea. Of course, I welcome quality innovation, but I get impatient with starry-eyed dreaming, which in fact contributes little of real value. Okay, good. Now then, I would rather have certain and reliable facts that I can know for sure are true, or tentative and prospective theories, even if they may not ultimately be true. Okay, good. Which is more true of you? While I can be mindful of whatever values and personal viewpoints a person subscribes to, at the end of the day, what really interests me is whatever impersonal or objective thoughts they may be able to bring to the table. Or, while I can be mindful of whatever impartial and objective insights a person is espousing, at the end of the day, what really interests me is their personal viewpoint and the values that are important to them. Okay, good. Very good. Next, which is closer to your view? People tend to make mistakes when they don't use their head and listen to reason. Or people tend to make mistakes when they don't listen to their personal sense of what they know is right. ideas in the peace and quiet of my own mind, mulling over the implications alone. Okay. Which is more true of you? I am laid back and like to improvise, or I like to be on top of things? Okay. When people disagree on an issue, they should meet each other in open argument, each stating the points that they have in favour of their position and refuting the other person's arguments with counter arguments. They should use an impartial standard to evaluate what each person has said. Or, when people disagree on an issue, they should be sensitive to where each of them is coming from, as well as the experiences that led each person to hold the beliefs that they hold now. And they should give each other space to lay out their personal perspectives and to try and be understanding of each other. Okay, very good. And I do believe that is actually all of the statements, all of the questions that I had to ask you today. Okay, so as I said earlier, I'm going to review the answers that you gave me today. I've got them all here on my little computer, on my little laptop here, okay? And I'm going to be giving you a 4-letter code. There will be, for example, between introversion and extroversion, and sensing and intuition, between thinking and feeling, and between judging and perceiving. Okay, we'll go into more detail in our next session together once we have your results, and we'll look at each of these things and what they really mean and how they apply to real life. Okay, so that's everything that I wanted to ask you and do with you today. I'm very happy with your effort that you've put in today. Excellent job focusing for so long. I know the way some of these statements are worded, they're a little bit difficult, aren't they, to concentrate on the two different statements. They're quite long, some of them, and some of them are quite abstract scenarios for the brain to focus on. That's what I find anyway. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed today's little personality test. Hopefully you found it interesting and introspective. Maybe you learned a little bit about yourself, thought about things that you don't usually think about. It's quite fun. I think so anyway. I think it's quite fun. And yes, wonderful. I'll see you again in the future then. Thank you for coming, and I'll see you again. Good night. Good night. Hello there, my name is Dr. Jones. Very good to see you today. Please make yourself nice and comfortable. Now then, today we're going to be doing something called the Autism Spectrum Test. Quite an interesting little test indeed. We're going to have 50 statements that I would like you to tell me whether or not you agree or disagree with each statement. Okay, it's quite simple. You can give me a little bit of extra information if you'd like. You can just share your thoughts with me on a particular statement if you would like, and I will write it down on my little clipboard and take it into consideration. However, mostly I'm just looking for agree or disagree, so it's up to you how you would like to answer these statements, these questions. Okay, got a little bit of a sentence here to describe the test itself. It might do a better job than me at explaining the test. Okay, so it says the autism spectrum encompasses a range of neurodevelopmental conditions is considerable variation in the type and the severity of the symptoms. Okay, so this is just for a little bit of diagnosis, a little bit of, I guess you could say, fun, because it's interesting to know a little bit more about ourselves personally. Don't you find? Don't you think so? I think so. Okay, so just let me grab my pen for a moment. Okay, and I think we'll begin with the statements now. So remember, just give me agree or disagree with each statement. Okay, first statement, here we go. I follow a set schedule closely and tend to avoid unfamiliar things. Do you agree or disagree with that statement? Okay, next. I have never been good at sports. Okay, next. I accumulate lots of facts on subjects and topics that interest me. I often bump into things or trip over my own feet. People have told me that I make repetitive, strange noises and or repeat certain words out of context. I cannot stand certain sounds, such as those made by vacuum cleaners, drums, or busy traffic. I usually feel unhappy more days than not. I have a tendency to hit or destroy things when I am angry or stressed. I talk to my friends at a party the same way that I would talk to my co-workers. I rarely experience happiness or joy. I am almost always in the same neutral or flat mood. Others say that I speak too loudly or too softly. Others have told me that I have repetitive bodily movements. People sometimes tell me that I'm being rude in a conversation, even though I think I'm being polite. When watching movies, I do not usually look at the eyes of the actors. Being away from home for extended periods of time frightens me. I have been described as having an unusual posture. Even when I am paying attention in conversations, I do not necessarily look into the eyes of the speaker. At parties or other social gatherings, I will usually stand in corners or close to a wall. they say they feel happy for someone else. I almost always carry some special object in my purse or wallet that provides me with a sense of security, comfort or control. When I am having a conversation with someone, I prefer to look at the wall, at their shoes, or somewhere other than into their eyes. I sometimes have compulsive thoughts about being injured or having other bad things happen to me in extremely specific ways. As a child, I would often repeat words or phrases that were said to me. I generally avoid eye contact with others. Others have told me that I speak like a robot. I dislike talking to people that I don't know. I am often beset by feelings of sadness. I get obsessed with strings of numbers such as dates or license plates. It is hard for me to sit still without tapping or fidgeting. When I get angry, I calm down faster than most people. People have told me that I can be obsessed about my interests. It is stressful for me to have to retain eye contact with others. As a child, I put most of the pressure on the front of my feet whilst walking. I often rock myself or fiddle with my hands to feel better. I find it difficult to make decisions or act without guidance from others. Others have told me that I have problems managing my anger. I hate the sound of fireworks, fire alarms, and/or thunder. When I see a balloon, I worry that it might pop. Expressions like raining cats and dogs and feeling like $1 million are confusing to me. I am very sensitive to noise. I prefer to do things have certain routines or habits that I feel I must follow. New social situations make me anxious. I have a tendency to yell at people when I feel frustrated or stressed. I am rarely worried about anything. I do not like going to loud places like malls, markets, or amusement parks. I feel irritated or angry when I have to navigate uncertain situations. I enjoy parties. Okay, I do believe that's actually all the questions for you today, all the statements. There were only 50 to ask you. Obviously, I've got your answers here, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go away. I'm going to look at your answers and I'm going to give you a score out of 50. Okay, and as I mentioned at the beginning, depending on your score, you can fall into different categories here. The highest score will, of course, diagnose you with autism, slightly lower score with Asperger's syndrome or something like that. Okay, it is a spectrum, it's not necessarily black or white. Most people have at least a few autistic tendencies. So, yes, I hope you enjoyed our time together today. Bit of a short session, but I think these little introspective questions, they're quite fun to think about, and it's just quite nice really to have a nice relaxing sit down and have a little bit of a think, answer the questions. It's relaxing. I find it relaxing anyway. Hopefully you do too. Okay, so yes, I'll come back to you with your results at a later date, perhaps next week, and we can discuss your results, what they mean. We can go into a little bit further detail about them. Nothing to be concerned about, of course, nothing to be concerned about. It may just give you an explanation for some of your thoughts, feelings and behaviours, may give you a sense of validation, and it may make things just make more sense to you, basically. And we can talk about coping mechanisms if necessary, how you can improve in situations that you find a little bit difficult or stressful. Okay, but that's obviously on a personal one-to-one basis. Everybody's different with these things. Okay, so anyway, you did absolutely fantastically today. Thank you so much once again, and perhaps I'll see you again in the future. Okay, take care and good night. Good night. Hello there. My name is Dr. Jones. Very good to see you today. Welcome to the office. Please do take a seat. Make yourself nice and comfortable. Okay, now then, today we have a very special personality test to do. Basically, in a minute I will be asking you 36 questions, or they're more like statements really, and I'd like you to tell me whether you agree or disagree with each of the statements. Okay, you can give me a little bit of extra information on a particular statement if you feel like you'd like to, and I will or so to discuss the results, okay? Now, today's personality test is the dark triad test, okay? I'll read a little paragraph to give you some understanding on this, okay? So, the dark triad is a personality inventory that explores the socially undesirable traits of narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. The dark triad test, it's often used by police and the courts in psychiatric wards and evaluations, and sometimes even in big corporations. Studies have shown that people who score high on the dark triad are more likely to commit crime or to get in trouble with the law, and they're also more likely to cause social distress among their friends or problems for their workplace. On the other hand, studies have also shown that the dark triad individuals are often perceived as possessing leadership qualities, and that they have high social status and comparative ease of attaining desirable sex partners. It's quite interesting, isn't it? Quite interesting indeed. So, not all negative necessarily. Now then, at the end of this test today, once I've gone through the results and everything, I'm going to give you a percentage score for each of the 3 different dark triad traits. Okay, so you'll receive a percentage score for narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy, and then we'll compare your score to the average person, okay? And basically we'll give you a percentage whether you are so much higher or so much lower in dark triad traits than the average person, okay? And this could indicate certain behaviours, like we've already discussed. It might indicate that you're more likely to commit a crime, but it could also indicate that you're more likely to achieve a position of high social status. You know, could mean anything. We'll delve into that a little more deeply in the next session together. Okay, but first of all, I believe we need to do the actual test itself. Okay, so if you're ready, I'm just going to grab my pen and we'll begin the test. Okay then, I'm ready, if you're ready. Yeah, perfect. Right then, so the first statement for you. I get moods where I act on a whim, thinking little of the consequences or the risk. Now, does this statement apply to you or not? Do you agree or disagree with it? Okay, next statement for you. All people are deserving of basic respect. Agree or disagree? I despise people who can't control their emotions. I avoid direct conflict with people who may be useful to me in the future. I manipulate others to get my way. Being ethical is more important than getting ahead in the world. I easily lose my temper. I exploit others towards my own ends. Most people are lazy and they don't work hard unless they have to. I want others to admire me. I am not as upset as others when someone dies. Others should pay special attention to me. I have never been in trouble with the law. I have grandiose tendencies. I believe grandiose just means lofty or like high ideals, you know, so sort of rich, extravagant, luxurious, that sort of thing. I have good relations with my family. I have often been called callous or insensitive. I fantasize about extraordinary prestige or status. I am cynical. I dominate social situations. I can enjoy picking on losers. I am better than others. I have a grand sense of self-importance. Caring about the morality of your actions is for the final statement that I had to ask you today. I believe there's 36 of them there, so it's not very many at all. Quite a short little test today, but nonetheless, I think a particularly interesting one, a little bit different from most personality tests. It may make you think about different topics and different introspective questions than other personality tests, of course. This one having a bit more of a focus on the darker aspects of our personality. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go away, take a look at the answers you gave me, and I'll have a little think about them and give you a score, as I already mentioned, for each of the 3 dark triad traits, okay? Narcissism, Machiavellism, and psychopathy, okay? And we'll have a little chat in our next session together, maybe next week. Next week, is that good for you? Yeah? Okay, we'll have a little chat about it next week and see how you compare to other people, whether you're a little higher in terms of dark triad traits than other people, whether you're a little bit lower than other people as well. Okay, we'll have a discussion as well about the implications of the results, what you could do to make the most of your traits if you have them, and what to watch out for, perhaps how they can be a weakness to you as well, something to consider in your day-to-day life and your interactions with people, you know, your relationships, your career. Basically, we'll just have a bit of a general chat about everything, okay? And yes, have a little think if you have any questions on this topic that you'd like to ask me, and then bring those questions with you to our session next week, okay? Well then, I do believe that's it. I believe we finished for today. Quite a short session, as I mentioned, but hopefully one that you've enjoyed and found interesting, perhaps a bit fun as well, and hopefully relaxing, of course. I do find these relaxing, quite enjoyable. Okay, so that's enough rambling from me. I think we've all got better things to be doing with our lives than just listening to me ramble, haven't we? Yes, we have. Okay. Thank you so much for coming today. Thank you for your attention, for doing these questions so well, and I look forward to seeing you again in the future for something else similar, perhaps. Okay. Take care and have a good night. Good night. Hello there. My name is Mr. Jones. Very good to see you today. Please do make yourself nice and comfortable. Now then, today I have got 40 questions to ask you, okay, on a lot of different topics, and we're just going to get to know you a little bit better as you give me your answers as well. I'm going to write them down on my little clipboard. My little clipboard here. Okay, just 1 second whilst I get a pen. 1 second. Okay, I think if you're ready, we'll just jump right into it. Okay, let's not waste any time. Now then, question number 1. What is your favourite quality about yourself? That's very good quality indeed, very good. Okay, next question. What is something that makes you feel unstoppable? interesting. Okay. Next question for you. What 3 words would you use to describe yourself? Okay. Okay, very good. Good choice. Good choice of words there. Let's see. Next question. Can you describe a time when you felt brave? It's quite an interesting scenario there. Okay. Next question for you. When do you feel safest? Okay, that's very good. Let's see now. Next question. What is your favorite childhood memory? That sounds like a very wonderful memory indeed. Okay, next question for you. What is your biggest life regret so far? Okay, let's see. Next question. What is something you're really bad at? Okay, let's see now. Next question. What do you look for when finding new friends? family. I suppose that means any unusual characters. Okay, does sound quite funny there. Right, next question. What is your favorite nickname that someone has given you, and how did you get it? Okay, quite interesting there. Next question. Are you a good gift giver, and what is the best gift you've ever given someone? Very good. Next question. Who do you admire the most, and why? Out of everyone ever. Interesting choice. Okay. Next question. Do you believe in astrology, and why do you, or why not? Why don't you? I see. Very good. Okay. Next question. Have you ever had a spiritual experience, and could you describe it for me if you have? Okay, that's quite interesting indeed. Now then, next question. What is the quickest way that someone can lose your trust? Okay, that makes sense. Now then, next question. Where is one place that you've always dreamed of going? question. Is it easy for you to accept help from people? Okay, let's see now. Next question. let's see. Next question. Do you think dreams have deeper meanings? Interesting, very interesting. Okay, next question. Do you often give people second chances? Okay, interesting reasoning there. Let's see, next question. What do you think happens to us after death? Okay, next question. What do you think makes someone a good person? Okay, very good. Let's see now. Next question. What are you most grateful for in life? Okay, very good. Let's see now, next question. Where do you go for fresh inspiration? Okay, sounds good. Have you ever experienced deja vu? And if so, what do you think it is? Okay, it's quite interesting. Let's see now. What is something that gives you hope? sounds great. Great indeed. What is a movie that you could watch every single day? Good choice. Okay, I think that is everything. Yes, that is the final question. Okay, thank you so much for coming into the office today and for giving me your time and attention, for, trying your best to answer all of these questions. You did an excellent job, gave me some brilliant answers there, and it does require quite a bit of focus to think about all these different questions, quite a lot really, but I think it was a nice, pleasant, fun experience. I hope you think so too. Okay, excellent. Well, maybe I'll see you again in the future for something similar, or maybe we'll do something a little bit different. We'll see, shall we? We'll see. Okay, well, thank you once again, and take care. Good night. Hello there. My name is Mr. Jones. Very good to see you today. Now then, today I believe we have a large number of questions to answer. I'm going to ask you 40 questions in total. I believe it's 40. And you're going to tell me your answer, and then I am going to write them down on my clipboard. On my little clipboard, okay? So I do need to get my pen before we begin. One moment. And I do believe, if you're ready, we'll just jump right into it. Let's jump right into it. Why not? Why not? Okay, so question number 1 for you. Do you have a favorite memory? And could you tell me what your favorite memory is, please? It's quite a good memory indeed. Okay, next question. What is your favorite sport to watch? Very good. Good choice. Okay. Next question. What type of books do you like to read? Okay, that's interesting. Next question. What is your dream career? Excellent choice. choice indeed. Now then, next question. Which unconventional animal do you wish that you could have as a pet? That's quite a unique choice there. Quite a unique choice indeed. Right. Next question. Would you rather spend the day at a botanical garden or an art museum? Okay, very good. Next question. What is one super specific museum that you would visit? That's very cool, actually. Very cool idea. Now then, next question. What is the worst song ever, in your opinion? Okay, interesting choice. Next question for you. If you could get rid of one genre of music, which would it be? Okay. Next question. Let's see now. Would you rather have the ability to fly or the ability to teleport? Okay, good reasoning, good reasoning. Now then, what is your claim to fame? Quite interesting, okay. Let's see now. Where are we? What question is next? Do you have any pets? Pets. Okay, that's quite cool. Next question. What is a skill you've always wanted to learn? That's a very good choice. Okay then, next question, let's see. Do you have a favourite TV show or series? choice, good choice. Now then, next question. What is your all-time favourite food? Okay. Next question, let's see. Next question. What do you daydream about? Okay, very good. Let's see now, next question. Where are we? Do you have a morning routine, and what is it? Okay, that's a very good routine, I think. Very good indeed. Now then, next question. What is the most relaxing part of your day? Sounds quite lovely, actually. Sounds quite lovely indeed. Okay, next question. What are you most excited about for the future? Sounds good. Quite interesting there. Now then, next question. What do you think the ultimate theme party would be? next question. Do you like to live in cities, or do you prefer quieter places? Okay, understandable. Let's see now. Do you think you would survive a zombie apocalypse? Okay, very good. Very good reasoning there. Next question. Do you have a favorite type of exercise? That's very good. Okay, very good. Next question. Do you think that you are a friendly person, and why? Okay, interesting. Next question. What do you wish you did more of? Okay, very good. Next question. What is something that makes you really angry? Okay, I think that might be it actually. I think that's our final question. Let me just quickly double check. Yes, okay. Very good then. That was all 40 questions that you just answered. Excellent job. Excellent job answering those questions for me. Give yourself a pat on the back. Okay, little pat on the back. You deserve it. You deserve it. Now, I hope that you found today's session fun and enjoyable. I think it's quite nice, quite relaxing, a fun little activity to do, get you to think about things that you wouldn't normally think about, you know. Yeah, I think it's good anyway. Well then, thank you once again for coming, being here today, and hope you enjoyed yourself. Perhaps I'll see you again in the future for something similar, or maybe something different. Who knows? Who knows? We'll mix it up a bit. We'll see. Okay. Good night, and I'll see you again. Good night. Hello there. My name is Mr. Jones. Very good to see you today. Please do make yourself nice and comfortable. Now then, I've got 40 questions to ask you today, and you're going to answer them, of course. That's how questions work. And then I'm going to write down your answers on my little clipboard. Okay. Now, should be quite a fun exercise, quite a range of topics. If you're ready, I think we'll just jump right into it. Okay? Okay, excellent. So, question number 1. Do you have a biggest fear? is your least favorite emotion? Okay. Next question. If you had the opportunity to redesign society, what would you change? Okay, quite a lot of changes there. Let's see now, next question. What impresses you the most? Okay, let's see now. Next question. What is your least favorite part about being you? Are you proud of yourself? That's very good. Okay, next question. What do you consider your core values? yourself a people pleaser? Okay, I see. Next question. What is the toughest conversation you've ever had to have? I see. Okay. Next question. Where are we now? Where are we now? What is your biggest insecurity? Okay, interesting. Next question. What is one thing you think most people have and they don't appreciate enough? Okay. Next question. What is the best gift you've ever received? Sounds great. Okay, next question. Where is the fanciest place you've ever been? Okay, very good. Now then, next question. What is more important in life? Excitement or stability? Good choice. Okay. Next question. If you could jump into a pool of anything, what would it be full of? Okay. Next question. What is the best Wi-Fi name you've ever seen? is your favourite pizza? Pizza toppings, what's your favourite pizza? Very good choice there. Okay, next question. Do you talk to yourself? Okay, next question. Who is your favorite person in the entire world? Okay, very good. And I do believe that was the final question. That was question number 40. I think that is correct. Yes, I think so. Okay then. Well, thank you so much for coming in today and for answering all these questions. Quite a lot of thinking involved. You did very well indeed. And I hope you enjoyed your time here today. Maybe you found it a little bit interesting. The introspection, thinking about yourself, is quite fun. I think so anyway. Well, thank you once again, and perhaps I'll see you again soon for something else. Okay? Good night. I'll see you again in the